heads around it, granted. The ones that are alive be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, in this corruptible body, this body that's so easily corrupted by our environment. It's either chemicals or germs or viruses that can so easily get into it, which is corrupt. This corruptible body, which can be corrupted by this, or even medications can corrupt the body. There's so many side effects to these various medications that we're lumped with here, stuck with here, for want of a better cure. So whichever way you look at it, these bodies are very much corruptible. They can be, someone can shoot you and kill you, and your body just simply becomes dysfunctional. Your brain is blown out. Your heart has been shot to pieces and blown out. Your lungs are gone, therefore you die. The life of the flesh is in the blood. Well, if you don't get food, your blood isn't nourished, and therefore your body isn't nourished. There's another aspect of bodies there, in that when Jesus appeared to his disciples in his resurrected body, of course you're all in a room, the doors are shut, and suddenly someone stands in the middle of that room, which was of course Jesus. And they thought they'd no doubt seen a ghost, but I guess this ghost looked pretty solid. But so they're kind of, their minds are blown. They're seeing Jesus stood in the middle of the room. Is it a spirit? Is it a ghost? You usually think, well, if you see a ghost, you'd see straight through a ghost because they're misty. Here's the usual perception of a ghost. So their minds must have been pretty confused, because there he was, as solid as you and me. And Jesus says to them, well, look, a spirit have not flesh and bones, as you see me have. You think, well, that's a strange phrase. Usually people say flesh and blood, but you're saying flesh and bones. Well, there was actually a reason he said this, because flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God. The life of the flesh, the life of our bodies is in the blood. You eat food, everything goes into the blood, and it nourishes your body, and so you live. Take away your 8 pints of blood and again you die. Well, your new body, your resurrected body, when Jesus appears in the clouds of heaven, you'll instantly receive a new resurrected body. It will still be you, as it was Jesus who was Jesus. When Jesus appeared to them, look, he says, it's I. Look at my hands, there's the holes. And look at my side, there's the big gash in the side where I was, where the soldier stuck his spear into my side. So clearly there were hallmarks on Jesus being the wounds that he'd received on earth, showing these to his disciples, and he looking as solid as every person in that room. And he then saying to them, touch me, feel me, a spirit have not flesh and bones, as you see me have. He appears to no longer have blood. So he's in his new resurrected body. So we shall be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, we shall be changed. And this corruptible, it says, this body that can be corrupted, broken down, destroyed, blown up, we'll put on incorruption. We'll put on an incorruptible body. No more fear of injections going into the bloodstream and whatever you had on earth, suddenly you don't have all of that fear and worry no more. No more fear of illness and cancers and whatever awful diseases there are on earth that you can catch, or awful things that can happen to you walking down a dark alley and someone can whack you over the head or strangle you and rob you. No longer a corruptible body, no longer this corruptible. This corruptible one day put on incorruption, and this mortal body that's destined to die will one day put on immortality. Well, this is what's going to happen at the resurrection. It seems hard to believe that when, again, to put another yardstick on this, if you look at Lazarus, he'd been dead, in fact, 4 days, and he was already starting to stink. Hot sun out there, he would have pretty much stunk to high heaven, as they say. But Jesus raising Lazarus from the dead, even though his carcass, his body, was decaying away and had got to the point where he stinketh, it even says. But Jesus saying to Lazarus, come forth out of that cave he was put in, wrapped up in all of this material. He's no doubt dead, gone and dead. But he came back to life, and this Jesus then saying, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. So Lazarus walking amongst the people, and many crowds